If this isn't a case of someone getting their just desserts, I don't know what is. We're going to see the latest on an ultra-woke DA who became an unwilling recipient of the criminality his own policies encourage. We're going to see that he's not alone. And we're going to see how the implosion of blue states is awakening an age of red states like never before. You're not going to want to miss this. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. If you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, if you would, please share this video with friends and family. We're once again, unfortunately, being suppressed by big tech, so I need your help to get the hopeful message of this channel out to as many people as possible. And before we begin,
I'll be back.
That's right, gang. He is back. It's time to show our support and celebrate the great return by clicking on that link below and getting your very own TRUMPINATOR 2024 bobblehead in preparation for Donald Trump's glorious reascendance to the United States presidency. This collectible bobblehead from Proud Patriots is made with the highest quality material and really is a must-have for any Trump fan who wants to send some energy towards what's shaping up to be the single most glorious political comeback in history. Now, don't wait. There's just a limited number of these collectibles, and you don't want to be caught paying way more later on eBay from someone who bought one now. So whatever you do, don't wait. Click on that link below right now and show your support for Trump 2024 today. An ultra-leftist district attorney backed by the notoriously left-wing activist George Soros was ironically himself carjacked the other day. New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams, a Democrat, along with his 78-year-old mother, were accosted by two criminals on Monday, with one pointing a gun at him as they tried to get into Williams' car. After stealing the DA's car, the New Orleans Police Department confirmed that the suspects abandoned it in an undisclosed location and proceeded to carjack another victim, a young woman, in the same area roughly 30 minutes later. Fortunately, neither Williams nor his mother were hurt in the carjacking, but it goes without saying that given Williams' political positions and advocacy, the carjackings were a rather ironic twist. It's being reported that back in 2021, Williams refused to prosecute 65% of all crimes in New Orleans, and as a result, New Orleans was named murder capital of the United States after violent crime became the leading cause of death for children in the city. The city has also seen an explosion in the rate of auto thefts, which rose by 104% in 2022, while overall crime has increased by at least 8% since the start of 2023. Now, I'm sure you probably guessed, given the deplorable state of Democrat-run cities, this is not the first time a Democrat has had a run-in with the deplorable state of their policies. Several months back, Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon was walking to her car in broad daylight when two black males approached her, held a gun to her, demanded her keys. They made away with her 2017 Acura as well as her phone and purse. And the irony in this is, surprise, surprise, Scanlon has been a longtime proponent of social justice gimmicks like defund the police, and Fox News reported that she even sponsored a bill called the Mental Health Justice Act, which, I kid you not, it aimed at replacing police officers with mental health professionals to respond to certain 911 calls. Again, I mean, you just can't make this insanity up. Add to this absurdity, Illinois Democrat State Senate Majority Leader Kimberly Lightford. She and her husband were carjacked in Broadview, just outside of downtown Chicago, where crime has been going through the roof of late. Needless to say that she, too, had previously proposed defunding the police in their 2020 budget to the tune of $80 million. And then there was the radical Atlanta City Councilman Antonio Brown. He too was carjacked in broad daylight after having previously voted to withhold $73 million from the Atlanta Police Department. And to add insult to injury, after he got carjacked, he actually had the gall to complain that when he called 911, he was put on hold for 5 minutes before he got a dispatcher, and then to pour salt on the wound, it took 45 minutes before police arrived at the scene, and he complained about it. This guy, this ultra-leftist cultural Marxist who voted to strip the Atlanta Police Department of over $70 million was beside himself when he had to wait 5 minutes after dialing 911 and 45 minutes for a police response. Now, obviously, these stories of anti-law enforcement Democrats getting their due is a delicious taste of what we might call ironic justice. These radical city councilmen, all of whom are BLM supporters, they're all radical supporters of defund the police, are getting what many would consider their just desserts. In other words, this is precisely what happens when you defund the police. And the whole world, for the exception of these radical cultural Marxists, the whole world knows it. They all see it. Cities all across the nation, but most particularly in blue states, are experiencing an epidemic of violent crime. And so it's no coincidence that more and more businesses and residents are leaving. The demographic exodus is so bad in California alone that it's projected that they'll lose upwards of 5 congressional seats by 2030. And it's not just a mass exodus from blue states to red states. That's certainly happening. But it's even more concentrated than that. We're seeing a mass exodus from blue counties to red counties. A new report just published by Issues and Insights found that a huge number of people were moving out of counties that voted for Joe Biden into those counties that voted to re-elect Donald Trump. The census data shows that almost 2.6 million residents left blue counties and moved to red counties since Biden was elected. In fact, more than 61% of the 555 counties that voted for Biden, over 300 of those counties lost population due to people moving out. By contrast, of the over 2,500 counties that voted for Trump, 65% gained population. So it's a virtual one-to-one correlation. For every one person Biden counties lost, Trump counties gained. So people are increasingly self-segregating. They're moving out of what they consider to be failed states, failed Democrat policies that are manifesting themselves in a total and complete social breakdown, and they're moving to red states or red regions. This migration data mirrors the fact that homicide rates are significantly higher in blue counties than they are in red counties. Surprise, surprise. A recent study found that blue counties have murder rates that are 60% higher. Yes, 60% higher than red counties. In other words, get rid of blue counties and our national murder rate drops astronomically. So all of this is to say that while we're all grateful that no one was hurt in any of these attacks, it is nevertheless ironically fitting that the advocates of so much societal rot are becoming immersive participants in the very mess they've made. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.